In the ancient Temple of Seti in Egypt, dating back thousands of years, there are carvings depicting modern transportation vehicles like helicopters and submarines. This has sparked doubts and speculation about whether advanced technology existed thousands of years ago, or if it might be evidence of some advanced technology from beyond Earth. The Temple of Seti is in Abydos, an ancient city near Al-Balyana on the Nile. This place is extremely important in Egypt's history. The temple was built by Pharaoh Seti, a king from way back when, around 1290 to 1279 BC. Similar to other major temples in ancient Egypt, the Temple of Seti was essential to the national economy. It functioned as a grain reserve, collecting wheat and other agricultural goods from across the kingdom. Additionally, it provided food rations for priests and temple staff, facilitating the smooth operation of the religious system. The temple contains the Abydos king list, an inscription that records the names of 76 Egyptian kings preceding Seti. This list is an invaluable resource for historians exploring ancient Egyptian history. In the later Roman period, the Temple of Seti transformed into a healing sanctuary dedicated to the god Bes. People visited to pray, make offerings, and spend the night in hopes of being healed by Bes. Evidence of this period is visible in numerous Coptic, Greek, and Latin inscriptions found throughout the temple. Pharaoh Seti started building the temple, but sadly, he passed away before it was finished. His son, Pharaoh Ramesses, took over and made some changes to the design and added some special messages inside the temple. At the Temple of Ramesses in Abydos, he said, "My son has taken over from his father, and no one has done a better job of keeping his memory alive." That's pretty deep, right? It shows how important it was for him to honor his father's legacy. The Temple of Seti was built for both the pharaoh's personal worship and to support the Osiris festival, which was super important in ancient Egyptian culture. The main reason the temple wasn't a funerary place for the pharaoh was because it was meant to help with the Osiris festival. Abydos, where the temple is really important because it's where kings from the pre-dynastic period and the first dynasty were buried, and it was also the center of the Osiris cult. The temple was built for the Osiris festival, and after Seti died, it was used for different things. According to Ian Rutherford's research, inscriptions in Greek, Cypriot, Phoenician, and Aramaic that talk about the Osiris cult show that the temple was still a religious place for a long time. Scholars generally agree that the palimpsest theory, layered hieroglyphs on top of each other, explains the helicopter carvings at the Temple of Seti. But some mystical theories persist, suggesting that the ancient Egyptians had advanced technology or even alien intervention. Here are a few of these theories. Ancient Egyptians had advanced technology. Some believe that ancient Egyptians had scientific and technological knowledge far beyond what we know. They think Egyptians might have built flying machines, submarines, and even spacecraft. These carvings are seen as evidence of these advanced machines. Alien intervention. This theory suggests that ancient Egyptians had contact with extraterrestrials who taught them advanced knowledge and technology, including the ability to build flying machines and submarines. Egyptian priests could see the future. Another theory is that Egyptian priests had special abilities, allowing them to see visions of the future, including battles involving planes, helicopters, and submarines. These theories keep us guessing and sparking conversations about the mysteries of ancient Egypt. Egyptologists say the helicopter carvings in the Temple of Seti I aren't linked to aliens. They explain this by saying that sometimes older hieroglyphs or carvings are covered up with new ones. When these layers overlap, they can look like helicopters, planes, or submarines from a distance. Specifically, under Seti I's rule, the original carving said, "He who repels the 9 enemies of Egypt." Later, under Ramesses II, this was covered with plaster and re-engraved with the phrase, "Protector of Egypt and overthrower of foreign nations." Over time, the plaster wore away, creating a layered effect that looks like a helicopter, an example of a typical palimpsest effect. Egyptologists also have evidence to back up their theory. There's no archaeological evidence proving that aliens or advanced technology existed in ancient Egypt. While ancient Egyptians had advanced knowledge and technology, it was within the limits of their time. Strange carvings can be explained by Egyptian art, architecture, and religion without the need for extraterrestrial technology. The helicopter carving in the Temple of Seti at Abydos is actually a clever trick of the light. It's called a palimpsest, and it happens when old hieroglyphs are covered up with new ones. Over time, the plaster wears away, and the old and new inscriptions mix together, creating a funny-looking shape that looks like a helicopter or a plane from a distance. Some people think that the carving looks like a helicopter or a plane because of something called pareidolia. Pareidolia is when people see familiar images in random shapes. So, some people might see the carving as a helicopter or a plane, but it's actually just a coincidence of how the characters are arranged. Most scholars agree that the palimpsest explanation is the best one, but some sources say that there are other carvings in Karnak that look similar. So it might be worth looking into that more. But for now, Egyptologists still think that the helicopter carving is just a result of layered engravings over time, not evidence of advanced technology. How about you? What do you think of these helicopter carvings at the ancient Temple of Seti at Abydos? Please feel free to leave a comment and let us know.